So we're going to practice with the field of sound, which is kind of the easiest one to start with. Like, we think sight might be easy, but we're so sight dominant that it can easily distract us. So if we start with sound, that makes life easier for us in this context. So if you can find yourself in a seated position, that's going to help staying awake for this one, because it's a very relaxing practice also. And we're going to do a listening meditation. And you can close your eyes for this one as well. So once again, it's always helpful just to start from having a solid foundation of being aware of our bodies. So taking our awareness internally to begin with, noticing our breath. And then we're going to start by just paying attention to sounds that are around us in our immediate environment. The crucial part is when we hear a sound, not to leap out and try to label it. So just let the sound come to you, to come to your eardrums. Paying attention to the sounds that are in front of us, behind us, to both sides, and below and above. And taking our awareness to sounds a little bit further away, so kind of around the campus. Just letting the sounds wash past us. No need to listen to one in particular. Try to listen to all at the same time. And then taking your awareness to sounds far away. So listening as far out as you can to the sound of the wind, insects, birds, as far away as you can hear in all directions. If there's a loud sound that distracts you, that's fine. Just naturally let your awareness move back out to the sounds all around you. So now seeing if you can take in those three spheres of sound all at once. The sounds close to you, the sounds a little bit further away, and the sounds really far away. So you're in this like sphere of sound. And just letting go of the listening to the sound. Bringing your awareness back to your body. And then you can slowly open your eyes. I'm going to send you out on your solo, your afternoon solo, soon. You've got a paragraph there in your workbook. So the idea is to go through those experiential fields Like, see if you can get a sense for each of those fields and work with what's immediately there in your solo spot. So you can do it, like, I suggest starting with the easy ones. So sight, sound, and touch. And if you feel adventurous, you can try the other ones as well. So you can do it in, many different ways. You can go through one at a time. And if you do that, I suggest like picking one being of nature to practice them with. Like if you have a tree, see what you can sense about the tree with sight and sound and touch and maybe taste, but not too much. Smell, seeing if you can sense the energy field of the tree, seeing what you notice arising or that you're sensing internally as a response of your connection with that tree. The field of thoughts and emotion, what we're trying to do is like notice the thoughts and emotions that are arising as a result of your connection with the tree. So rather than just what random thoughts or feelings I'm having, even though they're not random, they're there for a reason. But as part of the practice using this for connecting, we want to see what is naturally arising within us as a result of our deepening connection with our spot. So it takes a little more skill, but see how you go. You might get there, or you might have some interesting insights. You can try it like when we did the listening meditation, we were very much in an open field awareness. So the two ways of using your awareness is it can be very open or it can be very narrow. So you can practice seeing what that's like as well in those two different ways of using your awareness. And you can also try taking in all of those fields of experience all at once. Yeah. So you've got many ways of working with this solo time, but it's all about becoming present and aware with what's there. So this one is a qigong in itself, as well as an alternative posture for you to meditate in, which is quite helpful to have when you're in your solo sites, because sometimes in nature it's not always the most comfortable spot to sit, depending on where you are. So meditating, standing up is a great alternative option. With this one, we're going to bring our heels together and feet out in a V. Yep. So we're bringing the left and the right side of our body together. And then very simply, all we're going to do from there is just turn our palms out to the side. So you want to stay as relaxed as possible. So just imagine there's a rod through the center of your body and everything's just falling off that center. Keep a little bit of a bend in your knees so you're still encouraging the flow of energy up through your feet. And then lifting that byway point, the crown of your head, up to the sky. Getting that like puppet on a string kind of feeling. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed. So really it's just a very slight muscular action just to get your palms to turn out. And we're practicing this one with an open gaze. So again, this is a little bit more difficult in a circle with other people in front of you. But try, so you're looking straight ahead, but just to help you get the gaze right, see what you can notice at the top of your peripheral field, the bottom, to both sides. So you're looking at all these things at once. Just have your tongue lightly touching the roof of your mouth. This helps the flow of energy around the outside of the body. There's a main pathway. to help you get that peripheral vision really nicely, you can just put your thumbs in front of you together and then just move your hands apart and keep tracking your thumbs with your eyes without moving your head or your eyes. And once you get towards the edge of your vision, just start wiggling your thumbs and seeing if you can still notice where your thumbs are. Go further, further. Great. So you're widening your field as far as it can go, and you can do the same thing up and down. So keep your thumbs on your gaze. You've done that, you can bring your hands back down to the position. So the lovely thing about practicing a full field of vision is that you can start to notice the ecosystem and the patterns that play across a landscape. So you're actually taking in like more of the totality and the wholeness of nature at the same time. And it's really beautiful, like if the wind is blowing and you can see it dancing across the trees or across the grass. It's really lovely to move to this soft gaze. So instead of watching one tree or one blade of grass move, you're watching the pattern of the wind, or if you've got your gaze over water, you can watch the ripples. Sometimes if you're over water, you can pick up the currents underneath the water, as well as the waves, as well as the direction of the wind. So there can be three things happening all at the same time, and you can observe them all together, which is quite beautiful. And it makes a difference to what's happening in our minds. So when we're in a panoramic gaze, it helps put our mind into a more relaxed and alpha brain state. So I definitely think that there's like quite a big link between how we're using our vision and senses overall as to how we're functioning internally. And I've definitely experienced that. Like when you get more used to taking in the whole field, it changes how you think. And it's much more like how, as humans, we were designed to be. So we're so used to having this focus, like I look at one thing and I look at one thing and I look at one thing. But when we're in nature, we naturally move to a fuller field of vision. Like if you were walking through a forest, you want to take in everything at once. Like if you're tracking or if you're hunting, or even if you're just trying to be aware of where the snakes are, for example, you'll naturally be in a more full field of vision, which puts us into a different brain state. So I definitely think this is linked to, the struggles that many people have in modern life, just purely because our sensory system is not functioning as it is really designed to. So practicing coming back to this full field of vision can help rebalance us like that. Now, of course, the other thing, it's not just about the gaze that's going on in this posture, it's also what we're doing with our body. So with our feet together, we have to be a little bit more balanced and grounded and connected to the earth, because it's easier to lose balance. So we're getting a grounding action. We're also getting a connecting to the sky action. We're also, very importantly, with our hands open like this, it's opening the heart. So when our hands are closed and our shoulders roll in, it's got that like closed down sort of posture. And you can notice that with people in life. Like often if they're people who are feeling a bit dejected, that's the posture that they kind of take. When we're feeling good, we open our chest, and it's helping open the heart space. So another nice thing to do in this posture is, instead of just focusing on what's happening up there, to bring the consciousness down into the heart, just letting your awareness rest there and feel this beautiful openness of the chest. And then, of course, our lagung points in our hands, we have those opened out to the side. So we're in this really like open posture for exchanging energy with all the nature around us. I find that this is like one of the most effective ways to just bring myself really present, but also to feel really connected at the same time, to feel energized by all the flow of chi that's happening through this really open posture. And if you're feeling the love, it's a great posture to radiate back out that love and good energy to nature around you as well. Cool. It's probably enough practice of that. I definitely encourage you to have a go during this solo time coming up. It really nicely fits with the theme of the solo. So this morning's solo is about the heart. So this practice definitely goes really nicely with it. So please do practice it, and we're going to do something else with it in tomorrow morning's Qigong.